looks great here in the yard. And again, the inside draw gives him a great chance because he'll get a soft run.
Number 2 in the yard here is Madale, David Van Dyke and Ben Vassallo. This horse was a good winner at Kembla Grange first up. He's a promising type by Tail of the Cat. Just notice he's on his toes. He's getting a little bit warm in the yard. He wants to get on with business.
Well, he's a nice horse, and he's now joined, of course, the Dave Van Dyke stable this preparation. You couldn't have been more impressive than what he was. Look, he'd shown plenty of promise in his short career, and he's now, probably ready to reward the owners. He's still a little bit of a strong-willed galloper, but he was very good there. 59 again. Benny Vassallo does a lot of work for these owners. Nice horse. Look at him, he's walking around. He's pulling both of those young boys around the yard here. So, look, he's definitely a player because he's an improver on the way up.
Number 3 is the locally trained Encostanati. Encostanati, 3-year-old. He's won just the 1 from 9, but he's never too far away from the mark. He was placed at Scone, ran 3rd at Scone last start in the Class 1. And, Rich, I like the form coming through these Scone races.
I agree with you, and I thought the run was full of merit. Gets a gun barrier, gets Nash Riller on board. That was 1,100, goes to 12 here today. And I know that he's only won the 1, and that was at 1,000. I think the 1,200 around here is okay for him. I thought his run was good enough 2 starts to go behind Sabino Spee Oxford Poet Lonmar to make him a major player in this race. Looks well. He's had 2 runs back from the break. He's just about right now.
One of the outsiders here, number 4, Mr. Entertainer, a Mossman 3-year-old searching for win number 3. He resumes today, but Grant Allard Trains has given this galloper a trial at Gosford recently behind Aroused.
Yeah, look, no doubt one of the roughies, but look, the trial was very nice. Should get a beautiful run from that draw. Johnny Kissie's claim gets him down in weight a little bit. He gets the fern track like he wants. He's a great place chance here in this type of race, just whether he's going to need this one and just whether he's up to these. But look, his form was very good. You go back through a few of his runs, Rich. He ran second behind a horse called Bull Point one day, who come out and is now a Group 1 place getter.
Number 5 is Tumult, Exceed and Excel 3-year-old, looking for win number 3. He backs up after a midfield effort at Canterbury last week.
Well, you go through his 3 runs since joining the Hawke stable, and his first up run at Gosford, he was heavily backed since joining the Snowden stable, and he just never handled the wet track. Got on a good track, was good. Canterbury the other day was okay after getting a mile back. Soft draw here. He'll get the right run, and he's certainly come on.
Number 6 is Lofty's Menu here. Wendy Walter and Blake Shen team up. He was 1 for 1. He was very good at Gosford a month ago. That day he beat Simbrian, who was run down at Goulburn on Monday.
Look, he was outstanding on debut. Thought it was a real good win. Very good win on debut. He didn't get any good, and that was why he got a mile back. He half-dipped at the start, yet he picked them up, I thought, in an arrogant way. Blake on board for Wendy and the team, and their first runner here at Warwick Farm, and it'll be something special. Horse looks great. A credit to all the team.
Number 7
is a major player.
Number 7, Rich, is Power of Perception. Bryce Hayes looking for winner number 2. Jason Collett with the rider aboard this fellow is 4th up. Should be nice and fit, and the blinkers go on for the first time.
Yeah, congratulations to Bryce too. Was it Cessnock the other day, Hainsey? Was it Cessnock? His first winner? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Blinkers go on. Nice colt. 3 weeks between runs. Run was okay behind Tumult. He didn't have the best of luck. A lot harder here. Place chance.
Move to horse number 8, which is 6 Star. Just having start number 2, lightly raced galloper. He ran 3rd at Scone on debut, and you'd think he'd take a bit of benefit from the outing.
Look, his run had a stack of merit to it, Hainsey. A stack of merit. A lot of things went wrong. He got a couple of prats in the run, and he was still able to run 3rd. He gets a soft draw here, and I know this race has got more depth than that maiden, but I think Johnny saw what we saw, and he thought, hello, gee, I'm entitled to go and have a crack at this in town, considering what his run was like on debut. And Tim Clark goes on board, and he's got the limit weight, drops 4 kilos. My tips here in race number 1, not the easiest race of the day. I've gone 6, 3, 5 and 2. Lofty's Menu on top of Encostanati, 5 Tumult and 2 Mad Hull.
We're joined by Peter Roble, representing for the Walter stable today, and you're saddling up a horse in the first race here named Lofty's Menu, who looked really good on debut. You would think with a bit of natural improvement, second day at the races, we can see another good effort.
Yeah, I think so. Wendy's been really happy with his work and his progression from his first up maiden win, and he's done everything right coming today, and it looks a nice race for him to be having his second up start.
Would it be fair to say you want to see a little bit of speed in the race, because on debut he hit the line really hard?
Ideally, he'll probably just get back off them, so hopefully they do run along at a good tempo, and which will enable him to get back, settle, and hit the line.
Okay. Other runners on the day, Strong Boy in the fourth.
Strong Boy's work's been really good. As I said, Wendy, she's been happy. She had originally to run him a bit further, but decided to shorten him back up today, and his work's been really good, and he should run very well.
And Dream Folk back in journey for today, but he rarely runs a bad race.
Yeah, back in journey, but Wendy elected to put the blinkers on him today just to try and get a bit of spark into him, which I think has helped in his work. And you know, he's a nice horse and he's consistent, and we think he'll run well.
Best of luck, Peter.
Thank you.
We're 2 minutes and 37 seconds away from jump time here. Race 1 at Warwick Farm on a picture-perfect day. Down the board, Galliard, the top one, has been 6 out to 7. It's back into that opening quote of $6. So 6 to 7 back into 6. Mad Dale, number 2, 370 to 340. It struck the gate of the enclosure on the way out. and has been past fit to run at the barriers, 370 to 340. And Encostanati, 460 and rock solid. Mr. Entertainer, $21. Tumult, $8.50 into $8. Lofty's Menu, $4.20 out to $5.50. Power of Perception, $21 into $19. And the bottom one, 6 Star, is at $10. The market mover is number 2, Mad Dale from the David Van Dyke stable. Number 2 is the market mover, 370 to 340. Better this morning, Ben Fasalo on board. They're about to load the gates. One's gone in. This is race 1, the Tab Early Quaddie handicap over 1200. Here's Mark.
Thanks very much, Richard. They're moving up now for the opener here. And Madale well supported, 370 to 330, just back out a touch to 340. Did a lot of work outside the lead at Kembla in a fast run race the other day, but kept going. And it's the favourite over Encostanati, who's $4.60. Lofty's Menu's been a drifter, 370 to 550. Now waiting on about 4 runners to move up. Encostanati, one of those, with Lofty's Menu, Madale and Power of Perception for the Tab Early Quaddie handicap. Track starting off a dead 5, rail in the true, penetrometer 5.05. And Madale is about to make its way up into the gates. Bit of late money for Encostanati, 460 to 420, now $4. So it's coming about a half a point towards the close of betting. Power of Perception appears to be the only one away. And it goes in now, Power of Perception. And they're set to run for the first. Off now. And Encostanati sprung out in the centre, went straight to the lead. Power of Perception showing good gate speed, and Madale just sitting off them in the early stages, settling down third. Followed by 6 Star, who's going up on the rail, and so too is Gaylard. In fact, it's underneath 6 Star. And then further back, Mr. Entertainer, Lofty's Menu beaten for speed, and Tumult's back at the rear with it. As they settle down at the end of 400 metres, Encostanati held together. Is a narrow leader from Power of Perception. Gaylard's railed up behind them on the fence. And then Madale is out a little bit wide now. 6 Stars in the centre, followed by Mr. Entertainer. Further back, Lofty's Menu is starting to pull its way up on the outside, and Tumult last. This is a packing field. They haven't gone all that quickly, only about 4 lengths first to last. He's trying to nurse Encostanati to get the 1200 metres, and around the bend it leads from Power of Perception and slips away. Then Madale, Lofty's Menu's made ground on the outside, and then Gaylard back on the fence. Encostanati shot away in the early part of the straight. It's about 3 lengths on Lofty's Menu down the outside, chasing it. Encostanati in front. Lofty's Menu drifting out towards the centre, won't reach it. And Encostanati leads all the way, beats Lofty's Menu. And Madale got third. Then Mr. Entertainer, followed by Tumult, Gaylard, 6 Star, and last in Power of Perception.
Well, Nash starts what could be a big day. He'll be on a few other favourites too. And Encostanati wins. Nashrilla for Bjorn Baker. Began brilliantly. Unlike Scone, where he was forced to do work, he bounced, he led at his own rule-owned leisure. Was able to get the 1200 metres. Kicked off the turn. Was 460 to 4 late. Beats number 6, Lofty's Menu. Only its second run in its career. Oh, it's got a big future. At number 2, the heavily backed Mad Dale had every chance. 3-6-2. And number 4, Mr. Entertainer, runs fourth.
Well, he's been a model of consistency all throughout his career, this fellow. He's an Encostanati 3-year-old. Out of a former Group 1 place mare, Cincinnati Gal. So he wins his second race today. He doesn't just win it, he wins it very, very comfortably. Lofty's Menu, circle the field, turning for home, and made a really good runner. Looked a chance to try and challenge Encostanati, but Encostanati just too nippy. And Madale worked up in the yard, had to cover a little bit of ground in the run. Its job to hang on for third has actually been not too bad, but credit where it's due. Number 3, Encostanati, win number 2 today, was good at Scone last start, and he reached Nashrilla, Bjorn Baker off to the right start, and this fella gets a city win on the board.
Yeah, they certainly are. There's a few disappointing runners. Galliard, the top one. I think the form line out of that Kembla race was probably found out a little bit there. It was most disappointing. Had the beautiful sit behind and just couldn't quicken. And never really figured this horse. He hadn't missed a. He'd won 2 from 5 before today, but never really figured today after having an enjoyable run. And the other one, Tumult, only whacked away, still beaten a long way. The first 2 are the horses to follow. Encostanati was able to win 460 to 4 late, 410 170 New South Wales. 6 Lofty's Menu, good performance. You want to do a few things wrong. One to over race. He was only going to get better. That was only his second career start after winning on debut, and 2 Matt Earl runs third, number 4, Mr. Entertainer. A length and 3/4 both ways. A length and 3/4 by a length and 3/4. A length and 3/4 by a length and 3/4. A good performance, and I think he's going to win more races. That was his 10th start, his second win this afternoon for the Bjorn Baker stable, and he saw the 1,200 metres out. We're just having the screens are frozen here. I was going to give you the times. I can tell you the margins: 1:34, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Here comes the time: 1:09.87, 34.66. 1:09.87, 34.66. 3:62 and 4. Tumult runs 5th, but that was a long way behind the 4th. Nasharilla Hainsey, as I said, he's on the 2 good things I like in races 3 and 4, and he started off on the right leg here.
Yeah, big group of owners here as well, the Blue Bloods Thoroughbreds owners, and they're all very, very happy. Their Wednesday going really well as Encostanati scores pretty comfortably in the first race of the day. And we'll have a chat with Nash Rawiller and see how it all went down. Nash, he showed a nice, sharp little turn of foot when you asked him.
Yeah, he did. He travelled really comfortable, you know. Stepping up to the 1200, he was right in his cruising speed there and was able to travel well within himself and give a nice kick when the second horse coming.
Is it the kind of horse that during the winter months might progress to a Saturday race now?
Yeah, I think so. Though he's just got to learn to chill out a little bit. Fortunately, in the run, even with that horse sitting outside him, it wasn't too bad, but he'd almost run a race before he got out there, unfortunately. But there's still a little bit in the tank for him later on.
Big group of owners. Time for you to debrief. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
National.